Hello students, in this lecture we will discuss the second problem. So in the previous class we have solved one simple problem which had one dependent variable and two independent variables. Okay, so in this lecture we will consider a problem where we have one dependent variable and four independent variables. Okay, the problem statement is like this. So you can see here, find the expression for drag force on smooth sphere of diameter d moving with a uniform velocity v in a fluid of density rho and dynamic viscosity mu. Okay, so if you read the problem, we can see that drag force is the dependent variable. Remaining four: diameter of the sphere, velocity of the fluid, density of the fluid, viscosity of the fluid are the independent variables. So this is very important. We need to identify the dependent and independent variables given in the problem. Okay, then in the next step we can write down drag force. F is a function of diameter, velocity, rho and mu. Okay, mathematically we can write it like this. F, that is drag force, is equal to K, which is a constant, d raised to a, v raised to b, rho raised to c, mu raised to d. It is written wrongly here, that should be d. Okay, so it is mu raised to d. Then what we have to do, we have to follow the approach what we followed in the previous problem and get the values of a, b, c, d and substitute back in the equation 1. Okay, what is the first step? First step is convert, write down units of all variables. Okay, totally there are 5 variables in the problem. Then after writing the SI units of all the 5 variables, convert them in the form of MLT. Okay, then substitute back all the MLT form variables in equation number 1. So what we'll do, first step, consider F now. Okay, so first term is F, drag force. F, what is the F? Drag force, which is force. The unit is Newton. So Newton, if you know, the definition of force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Okay, so then mass into acceleration will give us Newton. So unit of mass is kg, meter per second square is the unit of acceleration due to gravity. So if you write it in MLT form, we get for kg m, for meter L, for s square, which is second square in the denominator, we get ml t raised to minus 2. Then we have diameter, unit is meter, then in the form of MLT it is just L. Okay, then we have velocity, it is SI unit is meter per second, in MLT form it will be L t raised to minus 1. Then we have viscosity mu, the unit is Newton second per meter square. Okay, keep second per meter square as it is. In place of Newton you can write down the same unit which you already found, or you can once again do the simplification. Okay, so for Newton we know that it is ml t raised to minus 2. Okay, it is here, so you can use the same and substitute, then simplify. Okay, it is on simplification we will get it like m l raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1. Okay, you can do that or you can follow the method what I have done here. For Newton it is kg meter per second square. We have kept second per meter square as it is. Meter will get cancelled, second will get cancelled. We will be left out with only kg in the numerator, meter second in the denominator. For that we will get m l raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1. You can follow any of the method. Okay, then density, we know the unit or we know the definition, that mass by volume. So mass is kg, volume is meter cube, so we will get m l raised to minus 3. So substituting variables in MLT form in equation number 1. Okay, as I said, of all the variables will be replaced by its units or dimensions in the MLT form. So it is written here, equation 1 is written like this. In place of F, the MLT form will be m l t raised to minus 2. Already we have found, so we are using it. K as it is, L in place of d we were writing in the form MLT, we will get L raised to a. In the place of v, we will get L t raised to minus 1 raised to b. Then in place of rho we will get ml raised to minus 3 raised to c. Then in place of mu we will get this m l raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1 raised to d. Then what is the next step? Equate powers of m on both the sides, equate powers of l on both the sides, equate powers of t on both the sides. So when we equate, only choose m from this equation. Okay, only choose m terms in this equation. So we have in LHS we have only m raised to 1, so it is written as 1. So only we are writing for powers m raised to 1, so I have written here 1. Then where is next m? It is in this term, m raised to c. It is in this term, m raised to d. So what we will get? M raised to c into m raised to d. It is simplified and written here. You can see m raised to 1 is equal to m raised to c into m raised to d, which is m raised to c plus d. So it will follow the law of a raised to m into a raised to n, which is a raised to m plus n. Okay. So we will get first equation as 1 is equal to c plus d. Then when we equate powers of l, we will get this 1 is equal to a plus b minus 3c minus d. So how we get? It is simplified here. From this equation only choose l terms. In the LHS l raised to 1. In RHS we have l raised to a. Okay. Then l raised to b from this, l raised to minus 3 from this, l raised to minus d from this. Okay, from this term. So when we simplify, it will be, when we take powers and simplify, it will be 1 is equal to a plus b minus 3c minus d. Okay, then again take the third term, which is take the third term, which is t, take its powers only. So minus 2 is equal to minus b minus d. How we get this? From LHS it is t raised to minus 2, RHS we have t raised to minus b. From here you can see t raised to minus b, it is t raised to minus 1 raised to b, so it will be t raised to minus b. Then from here it will be t raised to minus d. So if I only substitute powers of t term, we get minus 2 is equal to minus b minus d. Now if you see here, actually there are 4 variables, okay, and we have 3 equations, so it is very difficult to solve such case. So in this case what we have to do? We have to find out variable which is very important in the problem. So here viscosity is very important variable, so express all other three I mean a, b, c in terms of d. Okay, so why it is done like this? Because viscosity is very important. Okay, its power is mu raised to d. So as viscosity is important, other 3 parameters powers will be expressed in the form of d, or sorry, in terms of d. So express a, b, c in terms of d. So this is how we solve in such cases. First we have to identify important term on which the drag force depends, then express other 3 powers of the variables in the important variable term. Okay, here d is very important, viscosity is very important, d is its power, so we express all other a, b, c in terms of d. So you can see c is expressed as 1 minus d, so it is written here. The equation in the previous page was 1 is equal to c plus d, it will be written as c is equal to 1 minus d. Okay, then b is equal to 2 minus d, in the previous page it is written as minus 2 is equal to minus b minus d. It is simplified. Then 1 is equal to a plus b minus 3c minus d, it will be simplified by substituting a will be kept as it is. In place of b we substitute 2 minus d. Okay, then in place of c we substitute 1 minus d. So it is substituted here, you can see. In place of b it will be substituted as 2 minus d, in place of c it is substituted as 1 minus d. Then after simplification we will get like this. So further on simplification we will get a is equal to 2 minus d. So we have c is equal to 1 minus d, b is equal to 2 minus d, a is equal to 2 minus d. Okay, so substituting the values of a, b, c in terms of d in the equation number 1, we will get this f is equal to d raised to a. In place of a it will be 2 minus d, in place of b it will be 2 minus d, v raised to 2 minus d, in place of it will be rho raised to 1 minus d, and mu raised to d as it is. On simplification, we'll get d square by d raised to d, v square by v raised to d, rho divided by rho raised to d, and mu raised to d. So take out raised to d terms in this bracket and remaining terms on the other side. Okay, so on simplification we'll get equation like this, equation like this. Okay, so this is how we can solve a problem which has 4 independent variables and 1 dependent variable. Okay, thank you.